Wow, what a great performance by the University of Memphis ROTC program. And my friend and former battle buddy, Staff Sergeant Ricky Hino. So coming up first, we've got Cody Waddle, a stand-up fighter, 28 years old, training out of UFC Germantown. His coaches are Terry Johnson and Christian Ross, and they're also going to be in his corner. He weighed in yesterday at 125.7. He's from Lamar, Mississippi. He's 0-3. He had a gym change. What do you think that's going to do for him?
Well, you know, I spoke to him a little bit earlier, and I think a gym change is very healthy when you start off 0-3. He did tell me he has added a lot of wrestling to his repertoire. That was really what was missing in his game, was his wrestling. He feels confident on his feet. He wants to strike, but in order to really strike properly in this game, you've got to be able to keep it where you're best, on the feet. So I think that his wrestling training he's been doing is going to show, and he told me, he said, man, I feel so much more confident now on my feet because I know I can defend a takedown or get back up if I need to. So I'm hoping that for Cody that makes all the difference, you know, to get his very first win in MMA. So a change in camp I think is very positive.
And we see Trey Pitbull Manley in his corner as well, who's in town for some family business. Hopefully him being there will provide a little more inspiration. Coming to the cage now is Aaron Wild Boy Graf. He's representing Earthquake MMA, which is coached by Jeremy Rogers, one of our amateur flyweight fighters himself. Considers himself a freestyle fighter. He's 23 years old, 6 feet, weighed in at 127 pounds. Originally from York, Pennsylvania, now fighting out of Millington, Tennessee. He talked to you about an accident, Dave, that almost took his arm, almost took his life. What do you know about that?
Yeah, actually he told me before that basically what would happen is he was walking down a dark alley, tripped, fell in front of, when he was coming around the corner in front of a store, fell through the storefront plate glass window and severed some arteries in his arm. And he pulled his sleeve up. I looked at his arm, man, it's like a freaking road map on his arm of just scars where he had stitches. He said he thought he was never going to be able to use his arm again. Now here he is making his debut in MMA. And he was really, really pleased he's able to do that. And I'm really happy for the guy, too. You know, he's like, man, I thought I was going to lose my arm. Now I'm going to be able to fight. So here you go, man. First fight.
6 foot tall flyweight. You know, that's an extremely large flyweight. He's obviously going to have a long reach advantage.
Yes.
Let's see if he can use that to his advantage tonight against Cody Waddle. Recently, Cody actually fought his coach, Jeremy Rogers, in his last fight. So there's a little bit of a wrench he wants to get. But let's take it to the cage for the official introductions with Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, this opening bout is brought to you by Cloud9 Smoke Shop. And it's set for 3-minute rounds in the flyweight division. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man in the cage will be Clint Kolasinski. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the black trunks with the neon green trim. At 5 feet 9 inches, he weighed in at 125.7 pounds. A stand-up fighter representing UFC Germantown and fighting out of Lamar, Mississippi, Cody Waddle. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks with the red trim. At 6 feet even, he weighed in at 127 pounds. A freestyle fighter representing Earthquake and fighting out of Millington, Tennessee, by way of York, Pennsylvania, Aaron Wild Boy Graf.
So again, these are amateur fights, 3-minute rounds in the flyweight division. No touch of gloves as they come out. Let's see if Graf is going to use that reach. Waddle lands a little bit of a jab.
Yeah, and this is what Waddle wants. Waddle wants. He wants to keep it standing, and I figured Graf would probably want to keep it standing also.
Graf kind of throwing some unorthodox hooks.
Man, he does have a reach on him, doesn't he?
Wow. Waddell's got to keep his hands up. I haven't seen him throw a kick yet. Let's see if he's got that in his repertoire.
Yeah, both guys look pretty comfortable.
Graf looks really comfortable with throwing low kicks. Let's see if he follows that up with something high. I watched him warming up earlier. Looks like he has the high kick in his...
Whoa. Nice little spinning back fist there. Yeah, it's good for the first fight of the night. Usually the first fight of the night, you see the guys a lot of nerves. They're kind of green still. They just kind of charge at each other. And these guys are measuring each other pretty good in the middle of the cage. I'm pretty impressed.
Cody attempted a takedown.
He feinted a little bit.
One rule to remember in Tennessee for amateurs is you cannot knee your opponent to the face. An amateur can also not use an elbow strike to the head at all.
Yeah, good movement for both guys. Kind of measuring each other. See who really strikes first.
Graf a little wild with his punches. He's swinging out, prevents him from getting a lot of power.
Yeah, he'd be wise to use just a stiff jab right down the middle. He's got the length. Or possibly in a straight right. Kind of step in on that just a little bit. He's definitely got the length for it, so.
He's really not throwing any power behind those leg kicks. I don't know if he's using it to set something else up.
I'd like to see him throw another spinning back fist. That was pretty smooth. If he could just move in just a little bit closer, he might be able to land it.
With that reach advantage, I just don't see why not.
Yeah. Superman punch. Just missed.
What are the judges looking for in a close round like this?
Well, a round like this where guys haven't really scored anything yet, they're looking to see who's most aggressive, who's the aggressor, who really has cage control, who's pushing the action a little bit. I would say both guys are about even in that regard. I mean, something's going to have to happen for a judge to really give it to one or the other, I would think.
I would say Graf has thrown more punches and more kicks, but he hasn't really landed anything.
Yeah, so you could call that aggressive, I suppose. You could call that aggressive, but until something lands, is it really aggressive? I mean, I can stand out there and just throw my arms in the air. I mean, is that aggressive?
So we've got Jason Pauly, Anthony Maness, and Tony Martin judging this fight. Coming to the close of round one.
I'll say there's a little flurry by Graf there towards the end of the round. And then Waddle going for the takedown. But then Graf defended the takedown. I mean, this is a tough one to judge. I mean, if it was me, I would give the edge a little bit to Graf, just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome V3.
He did land a couple little leg kicks. Nothing that did any damage. But I would say just because of the nature of the round, just because of that little bit of action, a little bit of work he did, you'd have to give him the round 10-9.
You're Trey Manley in Cody's corner. What are you telling him right now?
Get more busy. Get more busy. Move straight ahead. Be aggressive. Throw your punches. You've been working on your wrestling, okay? If you see you have an opening for a takedown, shoot for the takedown, but watch your neck. You know, last time he went for the shot there against Graf, he left his neck sticking out a little bit instead of putting his head in the numbers. Or if you're going to put your head on the side, you're going to have to start driving with your head a little bit. Just leave it sticking out. You're stuck with that guillotine. That's what I would be telling him right now. Hey, man, you need to move forward to be the aggressor here. Move forward.
Well, let's take it back into the cage where we're going to start round two. Waddell and Graf, flyweight division, opening bout. Here we go. Again, no touch of gloves. There is some bad blood between these camps, these teams. Waddell fought his coach, Jeremy Rogers, and lost via knockout in 17 seconds. So he's trying to get a little bit of redemption, but he's going to have to get a little more aggressive. He actually threw a couple combos there and followed it up with a right.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got to get more of that.
That's good. That's what he should be doing, because he's not going to win this this length game trying to fight on the outside like this against a guy with a reach like this. He's not going to win that game. That's just not going to be a winner for him. He's got to press the action. He's got to keep coming forward. He has to throw some heavy punches down the middle, okay, when he gets on the inside, or possibly look for the double leg. That's what he's going to need to do. But him backing away like this against a fighter with longer reach is not going to work for you. It's
also not checking those kicks. He hasn't checked the kicks, and he's not throwing any kicks himself. So in the eyes of the judges, they're going to make a decision who's more aggressive, and Graf obviously looks that way. There's no damage. There hasn't been a threat yet, but aggressive is what they're going to look at when they have nothing else to judge the fight on.
Yeah, and one thing interesting, Waddle just switched leads, and then he switched back. So I'm not sure if that lead leg is bothering him a little bit. I've seen him kind of raise it kind of funny. That leg kick might have hurt him. The shin might have landed really nicely on his thigh there. I have a feeling maybe Cody Waddell's left leg has hurt him just a little bit.
Looks like Graf is getting some more solid punches in.
Yeah, nice little low kick. Yeah, Graf's doing what he needs to do. Stay on the outside, just pepper him a little bit. That's what he needs to do.
Waddell knows if he gets in too close, he's got the legs, but he has to get in close to throw some punches. So
that's right.
He's got to check those kicks. Superman punch himself.
Yeah, but Superman punch against a longer fighter is very hard to pull off.
That was a high kick right there, too. If that had landed, it probably would have been good night.
See how he switched stances again? Now he switches back again. I'm trying to figure out why he's doing that. If there's a purpose behind that, or is that just, a habit he has in sparring? I'm not sure. But he did start doing that after that hard leg kick early in the round.
He's been getting some good sparring in over at UFC Germantown with guys like Terry Johnson, who's going to be fighting tonight, Christian Ross. So he's got some great guys to work out with.
I mean, where we are now, Waddell's going to have to really start doing a little something with the last 30 seconds of this round to impress the judges, I think. I think he's down in this round also. But he's going to have to do something to move forward.
Hasn't really put punches together.
No, ooh, and that was a strong little right hook from downtown by Graf, just missed.
10 seconds left in the round.
Oh, straight
nice
right by
punch.
Waddell. Yeah, that landed good.
Yeah, it did. It actually floated him a little bit. He may steal the round here.
Well, I'm not sure with one hard punch, that's going to steal the round. It was good to see him get one in. Now I think this is going to help his confidence going into round 3. That okay, I can land. I can land if I get inside. But I'll have to give that round to Graf also.
Not just land, but it looked like Graf may have been a little stunned by that punch.
Yeah, I think he was. And you saw him go over his corner after the round and kind of like hit his head on the corner post in a little bit of disgust. Like, man, I can't believe I got caught by that.
If I'm Jeremy Rogers, I'm going to tell Graf, keep using the kicks, keep your distance, and avoid the punches.
Yeah, just keep moving, man. Use that outside low kick. That's nice. Use the front push kick. If you see an opportunity to throw that stiff jab in there with your length, do that. That's what I would tell him.
So here you see the front kick by Graf, but Waddell kind of landed a stiff jab there.
I'm going to tell you what, if I'm Cody Waddell's coach right now, I'm saying, man, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to move forward, and you have to throw straight punches. Move forward, move forward, move forward.
So this is the first time Cody Waddell has been in the third round. Graf, he's a debut fighter, so this is somewhere neither of these guys have been. They decided to touch gloves in the third round. Let's see who wants this fight more.
Yeah, both guys are in decent shape. They're going into the third round here.
Because as we've learned, judges don't always get it right.
It's true. Yeah, you can see Cody Waddell, even in his stance, he's looking a little bit more aggressive, like he really wants to start landing. Yeah.
He's looking to check that kick and throw an overhand right.
Yeah, and he's acting more like a counter fighter, wanting to be more of a counter fighter. And I don't think that's going to serve him completely well. I think that he needs to be a little more aggressive and not try to counter.
Definitely when you're probably down 2-0.
Yeah.
You also don't want to wait for your opponent to throw a kick for you to throw a punch, because if he lands that kick, the fight could be over.
That's true. Now, one thing I don't like that Graf's doing is he's kind of throwing his hands out a little bit and down. See how he's kind of trying to pat that jab? Cody could come right over the top of that with a straight right and put him asleep. Because see how he's dropping his hand? Let's see if Cody takes advantage of that. Yeah, that's what he should do there. Come with that right hand, but come with some authority with it. Get on the inside, come some authority.
Cody with a kick. Didn't have much behind it, but it was on the body. It could score points. But I think he's going to need to do something a little more intense to win this fight.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, see, there's that overhand right. That's good, but he needs to get on the inside and throw it straight. He's kind of looping it a little bit. He loops that right so much.
Ooh, nice little exchange there. Looked like Waddell might have gotten the best of it.
Yeah, a little scrum.
Oh! Knockout!
That's it.
Knockout by Cody Waddle.
Wow.
Wow, what an impressive win by Cody Hellion Waddle.
He gets win number 1. Awesome.
With a KO, Graf is still down. Crystal Morrow coming in the cage to check him out.
Yeah, and there wasn't much time left in the round either, was there?
There was not much time left. I don't know if we can get a replay of it, but what a great win from a guy that really deserved a win.
Congratulations to Cody Waddle. I tell you, he was down in that fight, in my opinion. He needed a knockout like that to win, and sure enough, he got it. You know what it was? He was throwing that overhand right.
There it was. So here we go. Let's check this replay
I want
out.
to see if it was that left hook or the overhand right that got him. Oh, it was a left hook. It was a left hook.
There we
sure
go.
Sure was.
Beautiful. And it put him to sleep.
Sure enough, did. Overhand right. Okay.
And it was it.
Man, was it the left hook or the overhand right? It looks like it might have been the left hook, but then he kind of touched with the overhand right.
And look at the sportsmanship as well. He didn't jump on him, didn't try to inflict more damage. He recognized his opponent was out. He walked away, and that's the sportsmanship that we love to see in these fighters.
Yeah,
well,
but hey, good debut by Graf, though.
Let's take it to Michael Kelly for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the V3 cage at Minglewood Hall, we prevent the official time of 1 minute, 43 seconds in round number 3. Referee Clint Kolosinski calls a halt to the bout due to strikes, declaring your winner by knockout victory, Cody Hellion Waddle.
So Cody, you've probably been waiting for this for a long time. Your career didn't start off the way you wanted. You recently made a fight change for your camp. Looks like it paid off. What are you thinking?
Man, I couldn't be more happy. I want to thank all my coaches, teammates, Terry Johnson, Christian Ross, Trey Manley, and you, everybody that helped me, man. Thank my wife for standing behind me. Everybody back here in the front 2 rows come support me. Thank everybody. Thank my cousin David Waddle, Andy Stanton, Bubba Stanton for helping me get started with this. They sponsored me my first 2 fights. They've been behind me the whole way. I love y'all guys. Man, I couldn't be more happy.
So it looks like you were probably down 2 rounds and you had to get a knockout. Was Terry telling you that? Is that what you were going after?
Man, Trey kept telling me, set it up, be patient, throw my jab out, get him coming in. When he steps in, throw that right. It paid off.
Looks like good advice for his first win by knockout, Cody Hellion Waddle.